Ever wondered what ESG is and how it can benefit your business? Let's dive in. ESG stands for Environmental, Social, and Governance. These are the three key pillars that help measure the sustainability and ethical impact of an investment in a business. It's like a health check for how a business is doing in terms of its relationship with the world around it. So, ESG is not just a fancy acronym, it's about creating a more sustainable and ethical business world. But where did it all start? The history of ESG is more interesting than you might think. Starting way back in the 1960s and 70s, the roots of ESG were planted when social responsibility began to creep onto the corporate scene. It was a time of radical change, flower power, and a dawning realization that businesses could and should play a part in making the world a better place. Fast forward to the 2000s, and ESG really began to strut its stuff. It was no longer just about being a good corporate citizen. ESG was now a significant factor for investors. Companies that could demonstrate strong environmental, social, and governance practices were seen as less risky and more sustainable in the long term. In 2006, the UN stepped onto the ESG stage and really shook things up. With the introduction of the UN Principles for Responsible Investment, ESG was given a global framework. Businesses were now being held to a higher standard, and investors were watching. And here we are today, with ESG not just being a fringe concept but a mainstream business priority. It's not just about doing good anymore, it's about good business. ESG is now a key factor in investment decisions, corporate reputation, and long-term sustainability. So, from a fringe concept to a mainstream business priority, ESG has come a long way. But what does it mean for your business today? ESG might sound like a corporate buzzword, but it's actually a powerful tool for businesses of all sizes. Let's take a closer look. In today's dynamic market landscape, businesses are no longer just profit-making entities. They are expected to contribute positively to society, and that's where ESG comes into play. ESG, which stands for Environmental, Social, and Governance, is a set of criteria that investors use to screen potential investments. So how can this help your business? By incorporating ESG principles, businesses can attract a new wave of investors who prioritize ethical and sustainable practices. Plus, it helps build a stronger, more sustainable brand. Imagine a local coffee shop sourcing beans from sustainable farms, or a clothing brand promoting fair trade practices. These are just a few ways small businesses can leverage ESG principles. Incorporating ESG into your business strategy isn't just about doing good, it's about doing well. After all, who said saving the world couldn't also be good for business? Let's delve deeper and take a look at a sample ESG report. An ESG report is like a report card for businesses, showing how they perform in terms of environmental, social, and governance factors. It's a comprehensive document that gives you insights into a company's sustainability practices. The report typically starts with an overview of the company's ESG performance. This might include information about their initiatives to reduce carbon emissions, efforts to recycle and manage waste, or strategies to minimize pollution. Next, we'll find detailed evaluations of various metrics. This could range from energy use, how much power a company consumes and where it comes from, to waste, how much waste a company produces and how it's disposed of. It could also include pollution, how a company is managing its pollutant emissions. Then there's the social aspect. This includes metrics such as worker safety, how a company ensures its employees are safe at work, product safety, whether a company's products meet all safety standards, and community engagement, how a company interacts with and contributes to its local community. Finally, the report assesses governance, looking at factors like board diversity, how varied the board members are in terms of gender, ethnicity, and experience, and executive compensation, how much top executives are paid, and whether this is in line with company performance. Understanding these metrics can help you better align your business with ESG principles. And remember, it's not just about ticking boxes, it's about making a genuine commitment to sustainable and ethical practices. After all, a strong ESG performance can contribute to a stronger brand and a more successful business. While ESG reports stand as a beacon of transparency and accountability, they do come with their own set of challenges. First up, we have greenwashing. This is when companies exaggerate their ESG efforts, potentially misleading investors. It's crucial to understand that not all that glitters is green. Next, we face a lack of standardization. With no universal standard for ESG reporting, inconsistencies across different reports can make comparison difficult. Furthermore, the cost of reporting can be a hurdle, particularly for small businesses. The process of compiling, verifying, and disclosing ESG data can be time-consuming and expensive. Another concern is the potential over-focus on ESG initiatives. While sustainability is important, businesses should not neglect their core operations. Striking the right balance is key. Lastly, there are regulatory risks. The landscape of ESG regulations is constantly evolving, and companies face the risk of non-compliance. These challenges can lead to skepticism and a lack of trust by investors, making it crucial for businesses to address them head-on. Even as a small business, it is worth looking at small changes you can make that will help to bring your company to better sustainability. If you like this video, please subscribe to our channel.